All right. So to review what we did in class on a week ago, we started on the master budget, and the master budget is in your course pack. And so let's go into that. We had a lot of other budget issues. So here's the master budget. And in class, we prepared the sales budget, the cash collection budget, the production budget, the direct materials budget, and the cash disbursements budget. Did you get that one?
I think so.
Okay, great. And then direct labor budget, you got that one. Okay. So let's just take a quick look at our example. And so the way this all worked was our course pack and our PowerPoint have these prompts, and then our course pack has the spreadsheet with no numbers in, and in class we put in the numbers. So here's the company, Royal, and they make cheesecakes, and their selling price is $10 each. And here's the forecasted, the budgeted sales for the next 5 months. And I'm just gonna, oops, sorry, let's go back to that. So we have a very small spreadsheet, 3 lines, budgeted sales in units, selling price per unit, and total budgeted sales. Okay, so there they are for 3 months. We are given 2 extra months of sales because we actually need that for some future budgets. All right. The next budget we did was cash collections, and the way cash collections work is if you made sales of 100%, you don't collect all of your sales in the same month because some of your sales are on the second half of the month, and that will be collected the following month. So here's the sales collection pattern, the cash collection pattern for this company. And then 5% you don't even put on the schedule. So I'm just going to jump to the final numbers here. And you can see April sales, we list the total, but we stagger it so that 70% is in April, 25% is in May, and that other 5% we don't put on the schedule. We're being conservative here. If we get more, yay, but we're trying to forecast our cash needs, so we don't want to be overly optimistic. May, we do the same thing, 70% in May, 25% in June, and then the June sales, we only use the 70% because we're only budgeting through June. Okay. Production budget, sales budget informs production. Tell me what you're going to sell, and that will tell me what I need to build and have ready for sales. So here's the format. The goal is, and for a lot of these budgets, both for production and for direct materials, you need to know the desired ending inventory because you have to plan. We call that a safety stock or extra inventory so that when the following month begins, you have inventory that you can sell on the first day of the next month. So their goal is 20% of the following month's budgeted sales will be in ending inventory. And then for these kind of problems, they give you the beginning inventory. All right, so we start out, we pull those, and these are units. So on the side of your course pack, write what these are. If we say budgeted sales on the production budget, write in that those are units. I wrote it in, but just in your head, make sure you really remember that word units there. These are not dollars, these are units, because now we're building. Desired ending inventory for April is going to be 20% of May sales. So that's going to be 10,000 units. Okay. So now we're going to come out to 30,000 units. That's our total needs, but we have to subtract our beginning inventory because we already had some on hand. So our actual production for May is 26,000. Okay. And that beginning inventory is from the previous month's ending inventory. So now in April, we calculated the desired ending inventory, and that will come down here as the beginning inventory for May. So let's just move ahead there. So it comes right down and then you run the same numbers. How did we get the 6,000? 20% of June. And then here, 5,000. Well, we already knew that our sales for July were, going back to the prompt, a couple pages back, we already knew our sales for July were 25,000 units. So we don't need to assume the 5,000, that's 20% of July sales. Okay, so let's look at the quarter. We add up the budgeted sales, but the desired ending inventory for the quarter is going to be the June 30th inventory. Okay, so then we add all those up, we get total needs, and then the beginning inventory is coming from over the beginning of April here. So the quarterly totals don't add across like a lot of spreadsheets do because of the beginning and ending inventory. Okay. Now, direct materials budget, pretty straightforward. For every cheesecake, we need 5 pounds of material. Okay, and then the same deal. I want ending inventory to be 10% of the following month's production. So let's go back to this production. Required production, 26, 46, 29, 101. That's going to inform the direct materials budget. So those numbers come down to this next schedule. Okay. And here they are, 26, 46, 29, 101. And then this next line is going to be 5 pounds. And now our units of measure on this schedule are the trickiest. I'm just going to tell you that. Production is in units. Materials in this example are in pounds. Production needs are in pounds. So for April, we need 130,000 pounds. And then desired ending inventory, our prompt says needs to be 10% of the following month's production. So that's 230,000, 10% is going to be 23,000, 10%. And then beginning inventory, I think they gave that to us. Let's just check the prompt. Yes, that was given to us. Okay, so materials to be purchased, 140,000. So on the previous schedule, we said, what are we building? That's the production budget. But this is coming before building. This is saying we need to buy stuff so we can build it. And then we just take those numbers down. And I know this is a review, but this is going to build up to the next. All right. And that comes down. All right. Cash disbursements, again, this is similar to cash receipts because we're just taking this, it's telling us when we're actually paying. This is all cash-based. Cash receipts, cash disbursements, we're really just tracking the cash here. So Royal pays 40 cents a pound for its materials. So on your course pack, I added another line saying, how much are you buying? And I put the 40 cents here and then the total of your purchases. So 140,000 times 40 cents a pound. In April, we need to buy $56,000 worth of raw materials. Okay. And we have accounts payable balance. All right, so here's the accounts payable balance. And then here we have the 56,000 for April, 40%, 40 cents times 140,000. And these are staggered, half in April, half in May. How did we get the 88,600? We took the materials to be purchased for May times 40 cents. Okay. And we staggered them between May and June. And in June, how did we get the 56,800? That was the material we needed to purchase in June times 40 cents. So this looks very similar to the cash receipts budget. All right. Okay, and you said you got the labor budget. So we're going to just walk through that one real quick. So the labor budget is another budget that's informed by the production budget. Materials and labor depend on how much we're going to produce. And we guarantee our employees 40 hours a week, okay? But they don't get overtime. All right, and that 40 hours for this labor force equals 1,500 hours per month. All right, so here we go. Same units of production coming over. Direct labor per unit, they have to give you that in the prompt with 0.05 hours, which is 3 minutes per cheesecake. Labor hours required. And remember, we guaranteed those labor hours. And then labor hours paid, because we guarantee a minimum of 1,500. So this is what we're actually paying for each month, and that's the labor budget. Okay, so to finish this out, Abby, we only did 2 more budgets after this. We did the manufacturing overhead budget. Sorry, not 2. We did the manufacturing overhead budget. We did the master budget. And we did the finished goods budget and the selling and administrative budget. So we did 4 more. Okay. All right. Let me stop that just real quick so I can make shorter videos.